Well, this week, local artists will be highlighted in Central City.
Yeah, here to tell us all about the Winter Arts Fest, we have Lauren Kemp, the president of Old Central City Association, and Chris Hillen, the owner of the Frame Station. Welcome, great to see you all.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so this is so nice. We'll talk about the art here in a minute, but talk about the Winter Arts Festival returning to Central City and what's it all about.
So the Winter Arts Festival is, we call it a pop-up gallery festival. So we utilize our local businesses to showcase local art. And so, you know, we think that art and antiques go really well together. And so this event just really helps us highlight all of those partnerships that we've been able to build. And in our experience, it seems like the art sticks around. So it's like each time we have some new people, we are building a bigger and bigger community.
Well, speaking of, Chris, you're here. I guess this is your first year with the shop that you all have been involved in it. Talk a little bit about the Frame Station and your connection to this amazing exhibit.
Sure, thank you. So we started the Frame Station 3 years ago as a mobile picture framing service. We come to you.
Well, that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's really good.
Thank you very much. And my grandmother Carter actually really helped me use her network to build clientele. And so we got the brick and mortar, officially opened last April.
Oh, wow.
And during last Winter Arts Festival, Carter actually let me use her sculptures to do a pop-up event. And so it's only right that we do it again this year.
It is. And let's talk about Carter. Carter was a friend of mine, a friend of the community, to the arts. Not only was she an amazing writer, but she did these sculptures. Talk a little bit about your grandmother.
Sure. So she moved back to Huntington in 1995 or 6, I can't quite remember. When she came back, my Uncle Mike and I and her all took a ceramics class offered at the museum by Bill Meadows, a renowned sculptor here, wheel-thrown pottery, and glazer. She immediately had proficiency. In 97, she started her own business, Vase.
Oh, wow.
Where people would commission her to do their loved ones in a pot or a hand thrown, and that's a good example over there.
This one right here?
She went to Renaissance festivals later and would photograph people, and that's actually a lid that comes off.
Oh, really? I'm afraid to touch it.
Go ahead, just lift it from the top. You're good.
Be very careful.
And so people would send her pictures all around.
Oh my goodness.
And she would do sculptures of them, and so those are a couple from her Renaissance. And then around 2008, she started getting into really illustrative bigger sculptures where she incorporated mixed media. And you can see here there's a needle and thread with the sculptor.
I love this.
I want Jay to come over. He's doing our handheld camera today. So this is the needle and thread. You can actually see it right here. But this is all the way it folds down. It's amazing because from the side over there, I didn't realize that that was all the pottery too.
It is.
The quilt is part of the pottery. So will we see more of Carter's work?
We'll see a lot more. We should have around 24 pieces on display, potentially a little more for everyone to see.
Oh,
this is actually pretty unique too. Look at the detail even just on the face.
Yeah.
She was so successful at it that we actually had kind of a difficult time compiling a lot of these because they're out. She sold them. She only did a few maybe that were actually artistic expressions or gifts, and so these two on the left here actually belong to my Uncle Mike.
Oh, okay.
She did them for me.
So where during the festival will we see this exhibit?
It'll be at Chris's shop, the Frame
Station.
Station. So that's located on the 700 block of 14th Street West. So that's kind of, there's a blue building, blue facade, and that's where Chris and several other businesses are located. So.
And has this festival really grown and continues to grow, Lauren?
Yeah, well, every time we get a new business and they're excited about the events that we do, our events naturally grow. So between Chris, we also have another new business called Grounded Earth, which is a new interesting shop that features a lot of art. So, and like at the tattoo parlor, they're going to have a photo session. One of the tattoo artists actually does photography as well. So it's like, again, it's like that time that you get to show something different than what you do every day.
That is neat.
And I just love Central City. I always have. And I mean, it's fun to go. If you haven't been for a while, this is the perfect opportunity to check out all of the new things. So also, any other activities happening during the festival you want to remind us of?
So there'll be Jamie Sloan will be painting in Sloan Square Gallery. We will have Samantha Taylor showing her Vespers of Minerva exhibit at our Renewal office. There's several special, you know, kind of installations at Hattie and Nan's and Pam's that you'll see a lot of art every day, but they'll be highlighting the artists in particular. So it's like you see these things, but we're going to also talk about them and explain, you know, the history of them and things like that.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and there'll also be the cafe will be open for dinner, as well as West Tampa, and the Children's Museum will be at the Wild Ramp doing kids activities. So we've really grown also the audience potential here by adding kids activities.
All ages.
Yes, all ages.
And there's the information again. So it is March 13th from 4 to 7?
Yes.
Okay. And
That's wonderful. And Chris, thanks so much for showing us Carter's work and putting it on display for this event. And you come from such a talented family.
I'm the luckiest person alive, and I never try to lose sight of that.
Yep.
Thank you for having me.
yeah, we appreciate you both coming in.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity.
Well, coming up this week's Made in the